Basically, the DNC operates on a very simple premise. It's called anyone but Bernie. Yeah, anyone but Bernie will do. First it was Biden, then it was Kamala, now it's Elizabeth Warren, and maybe Biden still. Kamala's going to put a fork in it, she's done. Like basically anybody else. Pete Buttigieg, Beto Rising. I mean, anyone except Bernie, basically. Like, yeah, you know, hey, is that bottle of glue interested in being president? There's no one left but Bernie, bottle of glue. You know, don't underestimate the quality of a bottle of glue. A bottle of glue is a great thing. It's very useful. And at least it's a Democrat. So, Biden was the flavor of the month, and they still want to try to force Biden through the doors of acceptability by propping him up, by making him appear to be awake or cognizant or aware of anything, his surroundings, able to distinguish colors. There's a clip here of Joe Biden. He's got a new ad out. People are fawning over it. Take a look at this.
I'm here. I've worked on 3 presidential campaigns, been a part of the message operation for each one of them, for better or for worse. I've never seen a political advertisement with a message as searing as this one. Watch.
I was sworn into the United States Senate next to a hospital bed. My wife and daughter had been killed in a car crash. And lying in that bed were my 2 surviving little boys. I couldn't imagine what it would have been like if we didn't have the health care they needed immediately. 40 years later, one of those little boys, my son Beau, was diagnosed with terminal cancer and given only months to live. I can't fathom what would have happened if the insurance companies had said for the last 6 months of his life, you're on your own. The fact of the matter is, healthcare is personal to me. Obamacare is personal to me. When I see the president try to tear it down and others propose to replace it and start over, that's personal to me too. We've got to build on what we did because every American deserves affordable health care. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Joining this conversation, Republican political consultant and Vox contributor Shermichael Singleton and MSNBC correspondent Garrett Haake, who will be back out traveling with Joe Biden tomorrow in South Carolina. Garrett, I got to start with you. I, as I said, worked on 3 presidential campaigns, was involved in every ad that went out, and have never seen an ad like this. I don't know who made it. I'm sure you could get to the bottom of that by this time tomorrow. But this is why Joe Biden is atop, certainly the polls that we saw today. This is why Joe Biden misspeaking, and I say this as someone who worked for George W. Bush, isn't seeing anything out of his poll numbers from misspeaking because voters take into account the whole man, the whole story. Voters don't care about that, FYI. And this ad shows to me that if Joe Biden's going to lose, he's going to lose having left every scrap of himself on the field. He's going to rip his heart open and he's going to say, you know why I was friends with John McCain until the day he died? Because I'm a real bleeping person at a time when there's something else, Donald Trump, someone who seems to put on a different personality every day and everywhere. And at a time when a lot of Democrats seem to be playing a little bit of small ball at this point. What was the strategy behind this ad?
Well, look, I think part of the reason why an ad like this could or should work is because it is so consistent with the person, right? I mean, Joe Biden, we've talked about this before, leads every day with his heart, for better or worse. He's a very emotional candidate. I think he would be perfectly willing to admit that. It's part of the reason why he makes some of the mistakes, quote unquote, that he makes on the trail, because he's just going to be who he is, come better or worse. And you see some of that in this ad. Secondarily, setting aside the personal nature of it, it also speaks to the single most important issue to Democratic voters, other than beating Trump, that we hear over and over and over again, which is health care. Biden has bet the farm that Democratic voters would rather protect Obamacare and build on it than try something new. And to dovetail that with an authentic personal connection, one that he's been reticent to make in the past, to talk so much about his own personal tragedy in such an open way, particularly on television, as opposed to doing it when he's got a hand on the shoulder of a voter, which I think is something he's much more comfortable with.
I can't do it, man. I don't think I can sit through any much more of that. Had to let that go. Can't sit through more of that, guys. And the reason why Joe Biden is able to stay high in those polls that you say he's high in those polls, I don't know if I totally agree with you or not. It's nothing to do with people overlooking his gaffes and the dumb shit he says. It has to do with people like you making excuses for him. And you know it too. Who is this lady and why does she talk like this? Oh, I think I was working for this thing and the other thing. I was such a big deal, and I'm such a big deal, and I know so much, and I'm so much better than everyone else, and I know everything. And for the record, no one cares about you misspeaking because it doesn't really matter. And I used to work for Bush, and now I'm working for the CNN, and I'm a snide jackass. You don't know who I am, and you shouldn't know who I am. I'm paid a lot of money to lie to you is what I'm doing, and I will continue to do so. Wouldn't it be great if CNN hired real people? Yeah, you know, there are a lot of people who care about what Joe Biden says if they actually heard it. And I care about what Joe Biden says, and I'm an actual person. So to say that no one cares when he says, hey, guys, just imagine if Obama got assassinated. We didn't like it when Clinton said it. Didn't poll well, didn't hurt her. Well, didn't help her, I should say. She ended up losing, right? So how can you say Biden's misstatements aren't going to hurt him? Oh, the stupid statements where you don't even know where you are. You've been there all day and you think you're in another place in a town that doesn't exist called Vermont Town. You don't think people wouldn't be a little leery of that? This whole thing about Biden leading with his heart. You know, I got to question if Joe Biden is actually leading with his heart, if he's not leading with manipulating the hearts of other people. Yeah, man, like, of course it's sad for somebody to lose a child. But to use the 50-year-old situation that happened to you to try to say that means you care about health care seems like a little bit of a leap to me. Oh, and if they would have turned their backs on Bo in his last 6 months of life, I don't know what we would have did. Oh, I guess, I don't know. Since you're a millionaire, maybe they just paid the bill. Stop acting like you know anything about the people that are dying every day. And Joe, if you thought that our health care could have been better, you were in the position to do something about it and you didn't. You were in the White House for 8 years, dude. And all we got was some Republican deal that's perfect for the freaking insurance companies and the pharmaceutical industry and not so good for people like us, like working people. That's part of your problem. No, all we get to hear about is you want to dismantle and start over and get rid of Obama's great plan. As if there's not a lot of shit wrong with Obama's plan, and as if people wouldn't prefer a public option. As in Medicare for all. Free at the point of service that you pay in taxes. But you make out because you don't end up with any upfront costs. You got no deductibles. You don't think you really don't. Look, here's the thing, guys. People want it. Biden doesn't want it. I bet if we look, we already know that Biden gets big donations. He gets high-priced donations. He connects and takes money from the big donors. He's doing the behind-the-door closed fundraisers, all that crap. Just like Kamala Harris. That's what he does. Him and Kamala, same type people. Same establishment clients or candidates. Now, I just want to run down a quick list of a few things about Obamacare that suck. Since you keep talking about they want to get rid of Obamacare. It's great. It's fantastic. Yeah, it's so fantastic that people would rather pay the penalty because it's too damn high to have. It's so fantastic. Companies said, oh, God, it's so expensive, we'll just pay the fee. And people lost insurance because of it, Joe. What about that part, Joe? What about that, Joe? What about the cost of pharmaceuticals, Joe? That has people dying because they're cutting in half or trying to ease their dosage or lessen their dosage to stretch their medications? That's part of your plan, Joe. That's part of Obamacare, Joe. It sucks. Why don't we progress? This is not about a legacy for your boy Barack, your buddy Barack. This is about the lives of people, average people, good people, bad people, all people. It's not about making your boy Barack look good. Well, listen, right there. Stop right there. I don't like this. Up here trying to get rid of my plan. Joe, I told you not to run. Damn it, Joe. You guys want some winks? I'm going to go in here and get Joe, get his ass off the stump, get him off the campaign, and get rid of this shitty ad. It's got me looking bad out here. Told him not to run, Joe. Said don't run, Joe. Said don't run, Joe. When Obama was out, you used to stay out. That's what I'm trying to tell you. All this time. All this time. More people got health care, but the health care costs went up, Joe. Costs more money, Joe. We want to bring the cost down, Joe. We want to bring it down, Joe. Why didn't Obamacare address the fact that we pay more than any other country for health care, man? You would think that would be something that you would kind of consider in your plan. Not making it more costly than any other plan on the globe. And it doesn't deliver the best results. And our life expectancy has gone down. And treatment is not better. Accessibility is not better. Come on, dude. What are people winning with Obamacare? Yes, it's better than before, but we could do so much better. And here goes the path forward, Medicare for all. Joe Biden is part of the system. He always has been the system. Joe Biden, the system. He's lied to people for a very long time. They call it middle class Joe, working class. Who the hell called this guy? He's been a liar and an actor his whole political career. He's never got an Emmy nor an Oscar, but he continues to act. I think it's time he loses his slot. All right, guys. I'm Real Tim Black on Facebook and Twitter. I'm Tim Black at Night on Instagram. Don't forget to become members of the Tim Black Wolfpack. Catch me on Thursday. We're going to be kicking butt Friday. We got the Freedom Friday show. Don't forget, go to Facebook. Become a member of the Tim Black Speak On It group. We keep it going. We keep talking. The conversations keep happening. Don't forget to post news story ideas, what's going on with the world. In case I missed a story or something that you think is vital that the rest of the world needs to know about, we need to set it on fire. Let more people get aware. Educate the masses. We'll be a part of it. Get into it. This is independent media, the best independent media on the globe. I am the most prominent, most watched, most viewed black liberal media on the left, baby. And I'm damn proud of it. It ain't changing.